The far north.
It's quite overpowering.
Vast expanses, silent fjords, fairy tale mountains.
It's just fabulously beautiful.
The land of the magical northern lights is somewhere I've longed for all my life.
It is quite incredibly cold. Well, I suppose it's Arctic. I think that's what you could call it.
As a little girl, I lived in the steamy heat of tropical Malaysia. And wonderful as it was, I used to yearn to be cold. Putting on a cardigan was a huge treat. I'd never even seen snow. But my storybooks were full of snow queens and trolls. And now I'm entering that world.
It's fantastic. We're so far north. Can we get further north? I think so.
This is the journey I've always dreamt of making.
I feel I've come into another world now. No people, except you and us.
And if we're very lucky, we might see the elusive northern lights themselves. My Arctic Odyssey begins one chill dawn in early March. I'm already 900 miles north of my home in London.
Is this us?
An 8-hour journey lies ahead to get to the Arctic Circle. And I'm heading there on Norway's real-life Polar Express.
Fresh here. Bits of snow blowing in as I look out. They say don't stick your head out of the window. One of the most exciting things about going on a trip is packing. And this lovely old suitcase, which came from my childhood. All our luggage in those days was marked in the same way. Mum used to stencil Lumley on it like this and paint the corners red so that we could see them when they were stored up on the quayside, ready to go on board ship, because you never flew in those days. And so I pack up things that are going to be essential on every trip. So in here I've got, for instance, oil-based pastels. And I've got the lovely little drawing book, but I've got that coloured pages so that you can draw in different colours. These I got here, Milk Cruel, I think they're nice chocolates. A lovely old guidebook, it's called The Land of the Vikings. It's got beautiful old maps. Look at that.
But if it wasn't for one item in my case, I wouldn't be on this journey at all.
This is the book, Polly the Penguin. This is when I first heard of the Northern Lights. I was a little child in Malaya. I was 6 or 7 years old when I was given this book. It's written by an Australian, Veronica Basser. So in fact, the lights that she was talking about were the Aurora Australis rather than Aurora Borealis. And there was this picture which haunted me of a sort of rippling curtain and a little tiny penguin. Anyway, there's Pony. Suddenly the sky was lit up by long searching fingers of pale primrose light, which traced patterns across its inky blackness. That stayed with me forever and ever, and I just couldn't believe that I'd get up to growing up and leaving school and getting married and having a job and getting on and getting granddaughters and still not have seen what Pony the Penguin saw. So this is a lifelong ambition, and my only dread is that we won't get to see them.
To give myself every chance, I'm going to travel ever northwards, spending my nights staring up with hope at the dark sky, and filling my days with as wide a range of experiences of Norway's far north as possible.
This is going to be the furthest north not only I've ever got, but I think towards the end of it, about as far as you can get without actually being ran off fines and walking to the North Pole. And looking at this extraordinary backbone of Norway, which is like a huge sort of spinal cord. It goes up like that and loops around, and we're about there and travelling on up. And it's just thrilling, and always the pull of the magnetic north, the most senior point on the compass. And in fact, what I love is always knowing where the north is. I think this is important. Wherever you are in the world, you must know where the north, south, east and west are. Otherwise, you're just feeling foolish. And at the moment, I am heading and travelling due north. I could just clatter across the Arctic Circle on the train. But actually, I'm going to do it in real style. This is, after all, the realisation of a lifelong dream. This is not your average taxi rank at the station. I'm in the hands of Ture Christensen and his team of 11 sled dogs.
Good morning, I'm Joanna. Ture, how nice to see you, Ture. These are wonderful dogs. What kind are they?
Alaskan Huskies.
Alaskan Huskies?
Yes. So they like to
They like to run?
yes.
Well, this has been the most extraordinary journey of my life. Hissing along in this beautiful little sled with Tura shouting instructions to these 11 fine huskies. They don't like stopping and standing still. They're having a rest for the moment. They don't like that. They just want to be on the journey. When we're running over virgin snow, their footprints are blue, pale blue. It's the most extraordinary way to cross the Arctic Circle. But of course, I haven't crossed it yet.
Yep.
The Arctic Circle, like the equator, is an imaginary line and runs right around the roof of the world. It marks the point at which you're so far north that on one day a year, the winter solstice, the sun never rises, while at the height of summer, it never sets. But as well as being imaginary, the trouble with the Arctic Circle is that because the Earth shifts slightly on its axis, it has a habit of moving. I need to find 66 degrees 33.706 north, the precise latitude for the Arctic Circle this very day, as supplied to me by the Greenwich Royal Observatory. Bearing due north, I hope orbiting satellites will tell my fancy sat-nav GPS machine precisely when I hit the right spot.
So, 703, 704, 705, 705. I could put this down here. Stay, scarf. There. Stay, scarf. There. Arctic Circle. 770. 6633, 705. 706. I've walked into the Arctic Circle. That's just the ordinary world. And this is the Arctic Circle. And that is due north. Oh, I think this is quite incredible. That's due north. Excellent job, dogs.
Yep.
I'm in the Arctic now. And for the rest of my journey north, I can obviously call myself an explorer, not a tourist. It's time to stop hurtling around and give myself a chance to stand and stare. I've chosen a region renowned for some of Scandinavia's finest scenery and richest fishing waters, the Lofoten Islands. But I'm drawn mainly by the charm of a name on the map. It's not A, but O, and it's not the first, but the last letter of the Norwegian alphabet. Arriving by night, O certainly feels like the back of beyond, and cloud cover rules out any prospect of seeing the northern lights.
Oh, this is right out over the sea.
Retired schoolmaster and local bigwig Otto Schütz shows me to my own rorbu, or fisherman's cottage.
Oh, how wonderful.
Why did you choose Norway and this Nordic Norway?
Well, I must tell you this, because I've had a dream all my life of coming to the north. When I was a child, I had this idea of seeing the northern lights. And in my books, I could read about the snow and the north. And I longed to go there. And in fact, once as a child, out in Malaysia for the coronation, when the Queen was crowned in 1953, my sister and I were dressed in fancy dress. And here is me, 7 years old, dressed as a Norwegian girl. My mother made fancy dress costumes for my sister and myself. And she plaited our hair very carefully so that she hoped we would look like little Norwegian girls. Do you think I look like a Norwegian girl?
Yes, I think you already here dream about the Nordic countries.
You can see it there.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think I've got a bit of Viking blood in me, maybe?
Yes, that too.
Are you a Viking? I think you are.
Yes, I must have Viking blood in my horse, yes.
Well, Otto, this is just fantastic. It's so beautiful.
One thing that didn't feature in my childhood dreams of the north was dried fish. So what's this swinging ominously in the middle of the room?
Yes, this is a cod they fished, but this is a special cod called king cod.
King cod?
Yes. They wanted it to tell them the weather.
How? How did it do it?
Yeah, before the weather changed, it started to turn around. And people could read out from that indications of storms and other changes in the weather.
Such a fish, would it hang in every rorbu?
Yes, in every rorbu and in many homes. They also bought luck.
Oh, Otto, well, I can't wait to see. It's dark outside, but tomorrow I can't wait to see where I am. Astonishing.
Well, this is just unbelievable.
It's just fabulously beautiful.
All through the night, I could just hear this water dashing under and the seagulls
Crying and crying.
Time to explore ore, and an unmistakable smell is luring me uphill. This is as strange a sight as you'll ever see. Thousands of headless cod hung up on poles.
Do you speak English?
So?
No? English?
Polish. You Poland.
You Poland.
Yes.
And you?
Poland.
Poland? Three Poland.
Yes.
It seems in Norway, like in the UK, it's the poles who do the work. But I've never seen poles on poles before.
How many fish? Wie viele Fiske? Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nie na sprzedaż.
Within a month, nearly 5 million cod will be hung out to dry here. We know the Vikings invaded Britain with luffet and dried fish in their knapsacks. Mind you, back then drying was about the only option for preserving protein. It's more of a surprise to me that this delicacy remains one of Norway's most profitable exports.
It smells of fish, but not a bad smell, just a pretty sort of all-pervasive aroma of fish. Thank you. Spasiba. Spasiba po-rusku. What's that? It might be something terrible. Goodbye, guys.
As I was pottering around, I bumped into a man who turns out to be År's Lord of the Manor, Sigurd Ellingsen.
I'm born here.
Yeah?
So I'm the 5th generation.
Yeah?
And my grandson is going to take over. He's working in the summer.
Yeah.
He's a 7th generation on this spot.
And when you say working here, is that you own this?
Yes.
You own Å?
Oh, and Tind.
And Tind.
Yes.
And how many houses, how many rorbod do you have here?
70 houses.
70. Because the fishing
Yes.
is good.
Yeah, the fishing is very good. We are the closest spot to the Gulf Stream, and that's where the best fishes are.
Yes, and this has been going on for hundreds of years.
More than that.
More than that, really.
Fish facts are fascinating, even for a fake fur-wearing vegetarian like me, who doesn't even feel comfortable with leather. But what about the catch I'm after, the Northern Lights?
Will I see them, do you think, here?
Not now. I think it's not cold enough, and no, it must be colder.
Yeah.
And then it's flashing all over the sky. It's absolutely marvelous.
Is it? It's too bright. The great thing about Å seems to be that, probably because we're so far up, the light here comes in a different way. So colours seem really fresh washed. Everything seems so clean and sharp. And the other thing I love is this sort of conjunction of colours. They have these dark red houses with the most beautiful light, warm sax blue window frames and corners, and then white around the windows, white to bring in as much light as possible. It's a fashion that's going out in England. A lot of people have brown wood around the windows. Don't do it. Have white. Paint your brown windows white. You have a much, much happier life. I'm going to do the boulders now. I quite like doing boulders. I want the white to look white, so I'm going to give it a bit more energy up here. This was a very, very cloudy, stormy sky coming with that sort of slight yellowish green. I think there always comes a time in anything you do, like drawing and painting, or indeed acting, when you think, will I ever be good enough to please, well, myself, let alone anybody else? Will it ever be good enough? Will I ever come up to scratch? Or worse still, people lean over your shoulder and go, don't you think his eye's a little bit more like that? And you just go, yes, I know, I'm dealing with the eye later. Just leave. So, you know, I can't bear being judged on the things like this, because they're really only for fun. And if it pleases you, which it might not, but I mean, try to make it please you. Try to do things which please you, that's all. And therefore, if it's not good enough, get better. And after all, this isn't going to be exhibited anywhere, except on television.
If there is one image and one word synonymous with Norway, it is fjord. Otter whisks me away into a world of romance. Fjords like these are so quintessentially picturesque that they've come to define our romantic vision of the North. Sublime, savage, and quite overpowering.
These mountains are quite wonderful, Ottar. They look like fairy story mountains, don't they? They look as though they would have trolls in them.
Many fairy tales connected up to it. Yeah.
So
this was giants.
Yeah.
And many trolls. And there, you see the top there. That was a beautiful lady.
It's quite cold out here, isn't it?
In the 19th century, this type of scenery inspired writers, artists, and composers like Grieg to write down folk tunes and fairy tales and paint the landscape. In doing so, they helped forge a national identity for Norway and an image of the North that struck a chord with people like me, a 7-year-old with my storybooks, in tropical Malaysia. Artists today remain inspired by the Lofoten Islands. I'm off to visit the studio of one of them, Tor Essisen.
Hi! How do you do?
How do you do? How lovely to meet you.
I too. Welcome to my gallery.
It's fantastic.
It's my life. I have all things here.
Yes, you do. You do. This is one of the most beautiful parts of the world I've ever been.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I can say yes. I'm so lucky.
You're a lucky man. You're a good man.
Tor is every bit the modern artist, assembling his art from anything and everything. That goes for his studio and even his outfit. But he's just as much inspired by nature as the Romantics.
I shall do that.
And it's the quality of light here that most inspires.
Here.
Tell me, Tor, describe for me the Northern Lights.
I can try.
Will you try?
Maybe for a week ago, I went around the little sea here in the night. And so I see a red and green little light. It's coming. And I stand up and see. I saw the light come. And around me. I have never seen it before. I stood after 3 minutes. It was.
How extraordinary.
I see nothing more.
It touched you. It touched you.
Yes. So near me, I think.
I think
But
so.
I be not afraid. No.
I want more than anything to see the Northern Lights, just to see them. Do you think I will see them?
Have you seen it?
Never.
You will see it.
For sure?
Yes. Well, I promise.
Despite Tor's promise, as night fell, the clouds came in again.
I mean, the truth is, I'm absolutely passionate about finding out about the North and the Arctic Circle and the Norse people and legends and things. But what's really driven me on this trip is the idea of seeing the Northern Lights, something I've longed for 55 years of my life. I've dreamt about seeing the Northern Lights. I just can't bear the thought of going home without seeing them on this trip.
My bags are packed, spirits a bit low. As the film crew sort their equipment, I take one last stroll around Åre.
Look, it's gone. It's gone now. I'm so sorry, I'm calling you. It was here. It was just a great big sort of pale sort of rainbow coming from nowhere right across the sky, and like a sort of vapor trail. It wasn't a vapor trail, it was the most extraordinary thing. It kind of sort of broke a bit sideways like that. It was just right across the sky. I think it's gone now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you missed it. I saw it. We'll see them again.
We sat up half the night waiting for the reappearance of the tricky lady, as the aurora is sometimes called. But she doesn't show her face again all night. As I move ever northwards and across to the mainland, I'm going to leave coastal Norway far behind for a while. The landscape, culture, history, and people where I'm now heading couldn't be more different. This endless expanse of Arctic tundra is the ancestral homeland of the indigenous people, the Sami. Kautokeino is the most Sami town in Norway.
Morning.
Morning.
Its mayor, Clement Allan Hatter, kindly agrees to meet me.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Clement. How good to meet you.
Yeah.
I was expecting to meet a much older mayor. You are very young for a mayor.
Now you are in Samiland.
Oh, it's so thrilling to be here.
You can see.
I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this beautiful belt and the sort of skirt, are these seal skin? What is that?
This is skin from reindeer.
Reindeer skin.
And this is also from reindeer.
Yeah.
So we have white reindeer and more black reindeer.
And this beautiful pattern, can I touch it? Look at
You
that
can do it.
embroidery. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Was this made for you?
This is made for me. Yeah. Very important. And you can see that when you are unmarried,
Yeah.
then it's round. When you're married, then you got...
Square.
Yeah.
So I'm in with a chance. No, I'm just...
Yes, shall we go to the church?
Yes, lovely.
We do go to the church. I'm lucky, not just with my choice of guide, but with my time of arrival. The run-up to Easter is the Sami season. Bells are summoning everyone to church. Heading there with the mayor means within minutes I've been introduced to all of Kautokeino society.
This is my cousin.
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you too.
This is the time for weddings, partying, and basking in the year's first sunshine, with the mercury soaring to a balmy -5. The festivities kick off with the town's annual confirmation ceremony. Today, around 80,000 Sami people live across Arctic Scandinavia. Until recently, they were commonly known as Lapps, inhabitants of a region the world called Lapland. Reviled as little better than savages, they suffered for centuries. But Sami identity and the Sami language are now enjoying a renaissance. There were no roads here till the 1960s, but now almost everyone has mobiles and broadband internet, and they enjoy one of the highest standards of living in the world. Yet close to half Kautokeino's families still depend on reindeer. The mayor introduces me to one of the town's top herders, Mikkel Isak Era, who lives a life utterly different from his grandfather's. He invites me to join him for a day out with his herd.
Do I need to wear a helmet?
Yes, you need the helmet. And here is your scooter.
Wow.
Do you have tried this scooter before?
No.
When you start, you must only take this
Yeah.
key. And here is the up.
Okay.
Unlike me, Mikkel Isak's son is no learner driver.
How old is he?
He's 4 years and 5 months.
Oh,
Yes.
how long has he been driving?
About 1 year. So we started when he was...
When he's 3?
Yes, 3 years. Can you tell in English? 1, 2, 3. Now.
No.
Yes.
Emil, do you like to drive?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not proud. If it takes a 4-year-old to teach a grandmother, so be it. I bet he can't do country dancing, which I was pretty good at, aged 4 years and 5 months.
Is Emil coming with us today?
Not. I will bring him to the kindergarten.
Okay.
Yes. So yes.
Just a quick snowmobile ride. Teach an older person how to ride, and then off to kindergarten.
Yes.
Very much puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Mikkel Isak may have all the mod cons, but he still lives a semi-nomadic life, following his reindeer on their annual migration to coastal pastures. The migration is still some weeks away, but even in winter, when the reindeer are nearby, they roam free, so we don't know exactly where we'll find them. I've been told that it's the height of bad manners to ask a Sami how big his herd is. Let's just say that Mikkel Isak's would be hard to miss.
Joanna, look at there. That's my reindeer herd.
Look at that! Oh, Mikkel Isak, they look fantastic. Will you do it for me?
Yes, I can do it for you.
Hang on, look, I've got mad old woman's eyes. Oh, no, I can see now.
Yes.
Oh, they're so beautiful. And what a big herd.
Isn't it?
Now, some have got antlers, and some haven't. Which is which?
Females get the antlers and the males don't get it in the winter time.
The females get
Females
antlers.
get antlers, yes.
Usually, the male has the antlers and the female looks a bit humble.
Yes.
But here the men look a little bit humble and the women. And see, some of them are pawing.
Yes, you see they eat the moose.
Moss.
Moss.
Aha.
Yes.
So look at them digging like that.
Yes.
And this is how the Sami have lived for thousands of years.
Yes.
Thousands of years. Traveling with the herds.
Traveling with the herd to the winter place and summer times in the coast. Now we're gonna drive to catch one.
You're going to catch one?
Yes, with my lasso, and I will show you the ear mark.
Yes, so you've got your own mark.
Yes, I got my own marks. And I use the lasso to catch them.
This is like rodeo, like a cowboy.
It's like a cowboy.
But you're a reindeer boy.
Reindeer boy, yes. Joanna, come and help me.
Oh, look.
And here you see
Yes.
the ear. When she was calf, I do it.
Yes. That's your mark.
Yes, it's my mark.
It says Mikkel Isak.
Yes. It's a female, 7 years old, maybe. 6, 7 years old. It's a beautiful one. The big one, too.
She's lovely. You caught her just so easily.
Yes. I've done it before.
You're a bit of a champion reindeer boy. Is she okay?
She's very okay.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
She's not
scared.
afraid.
No.
And the herd is just quietly grazing there.
Yeah.
How fantastic. Thank you so much.
It's lovely.
When he travels with his herd, Mikkel Isak still stays in his lavu, the traditional Sami tent. He's invited an elder there to introduce me to the yoik, a unique form of Sami song.
Kala talle kalle no jallo hauskiluppe kuhkin tuottarin ja talle kalle no.
Ante Mikkel Gaup is one of Kautokeino's most revered yoikers, and the yoik is much more than music to the Sami.
Ah, that was lovely.
Joanna.
Ante Mikkel explains that Samis have always yoiked, not just with people, but directly to animals and nature. The most important thing, he stresses, is that Samis don't yoik about something, they bring its very essence into the yoik. It turns out there's no set time for a yoik. It happens whenever the moment feels right.
That's wonderful.
He's yoiking about me.
Yeah.
Some person. How I am and what I do, and it's about me.
Ante Mikkel, will you tell me, do you yoik the Northern Lights?
Ante Mikkel surprises me by saying he does not know a Northern Lights yoik. And what's more, one shouldn't even talk too much about them. Above all, he says, one should not tease them. This has me worried. I've been talking about the lights non-stop ever since I arrived in Norway. Have I displeased the tricky lady? I head away from Kautokeino, north, of course. This is the route to the coast that Mikkel Isak and his herd will soon embark on. It will take them weeks. Me, a mere matter of hours. But overcast skies taunt me yet again. In Alta, I'll be certain of a magical night in the cold. But it won't be marvelling at the Northern Lights. It will be indoors.
Solveig, look at this.
This is the Alta Igloo Hotel. Solveig Monsen is its manager.
It's so weird. Can you see my breath? It's that cold, but in a strange dry way. It's not...
Yeah, the average temperature inside is about -4.
These huge ice doorways. Ice animals, a little penguin. I think these are huskies, don't you? Wagging their husky tails, little bright faces waiting for instructions. Maybe this is a bit of the Northern Lights. Snow bears. Look at this. There's a little snow church in here. Look at this snow church. This is extraordinary.
We do weddings here.
Oh, how fantastic.
The ice hotel lasts for about mid-April.
It melts completely?
Yeah, it melts completely. From mid-April, it starts melting very slowly.
But Solveig, what if you have guests and it starts to melt? Oh, look at this chandelier.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely as though it's made of crystal.
Yeah, I know, but it's made of ice.
It is, of course, a charming fairy tale experience.
Oh,
until you realise that if it is a hotel,
delicious thing.
That means you're meant to sleep in it.
That is a glimpse that makes my heart beat a little faster. Is that the bedrooms?
Yeah, those are the bedrooms.
Ooh, it's freezing. Just to get my bed ready. This has got somebody still inside it. How awful, a little corpse is in this one, a little dead person. No, just having a laugh. Okay, spirits are very high now. And although I've sort of washed, I'm going to take my trousers and top off and go to sleep in all my underclothes. But I've removed the maquillage because I like to go to bed fresh. Okay, guys, stick around if you want to, but this is bedtime for me.
the way I am. I can't go to bed in a hat. God, this is the worst thing I've ever done. Anyway, come on, let's just do it. I can't really go on much more without being rude, i.e. showing you... Well, actually, this is what I've been wearing all day, so that's not so rude, is it? There it comes off. God, this is a nightmare. And don't sleep in these socks, because even though my feet don't seem to be kind of particularly sweaty, they'll freeze to crisp kind of cheese crackers or something. Anyway, so on with the cashmere socks. Then the trousers will have to come off, at which point I'll have to ask you to leave, because underneath it's quite tragic. Children may be watching. Trousers. Don't watch me do... Don't watch me do my trousers. Everything's black under here. It's my life, really. God, I wish I was a divorce lawyer. I'd come and set up shop just straight outside. Some of you who are planning a honeymoon. A honeymoon. This is getting silly. Here we are. The gloves, the scarf, the hat, the fleece, the cheese, the jacket. Jacket. Oh, is that comfortable? It's a nightmare. What am I doing here? My breath hanging in the air could say it for me, but good night. And if I'm not with you again, remember, I thought the world of you. Well, now, I've just woken up. This was such a good sleep. I even took off my gloves, and I even took off my scarf, and I took off my socks. So it was warm. It's been a great success. Might not do it again. Not because it was horrid, but because it was such a palaver.
I'm now right at the top of the Norwegian landmass. I've had a fantastic time. It would be churlish to dwell on regret, but as I reach the sea again, the road hugging fjords which give out onto the Arctic Ocean, the facts are that the land of the Northern Lights has not quite delivered. To get help, I bite the bullet and turn west. The city of Tromsø boasts unrivaled scientific credentials in studying the aurora. Maybe Professor Truls Lien Hansen of the Northern Lights Observatory can help me improve on that one brief glimpse early in my trip.
We went outside and I saw this green slash across the sky.
Yes.
Just a glimpse when I was down at Åre, and I thought how frightening it must have been. Long ago, were people afraid of the Northern Lights?
Yes, a little bit. You shouldn't wave to it. That was dangerous, and some people still believe that.
What would happen?
And you don't whistle to it. Then it coming down will take you.
It would come and take you, so if you waved...
Or it will take you away from the ground, yes.
Can you explain to me actually what it is? What's happening?
It's fast particles, electric particles, coming in from space and hitting the top of the atmosphere. The energy of the particles is converted into light, and that's what we see.
So they come from the sun?
We can make a drawing.
No, you do. You must do it, because you must show me.
We can make a fast little drawing here. If you have the Earth here, and the rotating axis that way, so this is the night side, day side. I have the sun over here somewhere. From the sun, there's a tremendous wind blowing, called the solar wind. It will hit the Earth's magnetic field. It's basically a collision between the two.
That's where this huge clash, this battle is taking place.
Yes, compressing it.
As Truls' drawing gets more complicated, I must admit I begin to panic slightly. Particle physics has never been my strong point.
That's the magnetic field.
But I do now understand that the Earth is a giant magnet, and its north and south poles attract the electrically charged particles towards them. with spectacular results.
Like, you know, the moon and the sun and even a comet is covering over a small fraction of the sky. But in Northern Lights, it's all the sky, from horizon to horizon. It's all over. So it's so grand that way.
Truls, this is a book I had as a child when I was 7 years old. And it had this drawing of the Northern Lights. Well, at least I think these are the Southern Lights, because here is a penguin and we don't have penguins.
Yes, the penguin in Antarctica will see the same as you see here.
For a drawing for a little child, is that a good drawing?
Yes, it's a typical aurora that you are seeing.
I think this is what I wanted to see all my life more than anything, is the curtain effect.
It's a folded curtain hanging down from space, and the electrons coming down along the lines here. When it hits this atmosphere, it will emit light. So this is a very correct drawing.
Truls, I just hope I get a chance to see it. I hope that my one little green flash isn't the only glimpse I have of the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, I really hope you get a glimpse of it. Find a dark place with no disturbing light, and then look for it.
Just be patient. Keep looking.
Yes. Keep looking.
Don't
When
wait.
it's clear sky, keep looking.
They're waving. No, none of that.
Oh, don't do that. No.
No, I won't.
Then it will take you away and keep you.
It's now or never to take Truls' advice. The weather near Tromsø is uncertain, but local guide Kjetil Skøgli promises me we'll track down the lights, even if it takes till morning.
I've just got to tell you, if you have a minute, what I've got on. I've got on 2 pairs of socks, one thick, one thin. I've got on obviously long johns. On top of that, thermal long johns and a vest, fleece trousers and salopettes, and then another top, which is that top that you can see. Then on top of that, another fleece. We're still only halfway there, because then on top of this, I put on my heavy going freeze on the top of Everest mountain jacket, and on my feet I've got ice fisherman's boots, which have got soles about this big, fabulously warm, and I've got foot warmers pushed in there, and I've got hand warmers, and then 2 pairs of gloves, 2 hats, and then on top of that I shall put on a kind of life-saving suit, without which you just simply die.
So,
that's good.
The other one.
Okay. This is
Okay.
snug. It's not exactly what I'd wear to the Oscars, but you know.
I know.
Horses
No?
for courses. That's lovely.
You're well prepared now.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. I can't see anything, Kjetil.
No, it's nothing yet, but it's good activity in the magnetic field tonight, so you just have to be patient.
Okay, so just wait here.
Yeah, you just wait here.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Kjetil.
I stand in the pitch black by the side of the fjord and wait.
Look much brighter there. Oh, something's happening there. Look up here. Look what's happening here. We've got 1, 2, we've got 3 kind of bands, 3 falling curtains of green, just curling round over the mountain. Look at that. Well, this is a bit different from the green stripe that I glimpsed down at all. Standing here underneath this, I feel a little bit like the illustration of Polly the penguin, who just stood humbly at the side, the little flippers down, just looking up. This is the wonder of the world. This is it. I might just have to lie down and stare up at this.
just keeps changing and changing. I can't believe I'm seeing this. It's fantastic. And it's come back again. I have been waiting all my life to see the Northern Lights. And now I'm seeing them on a scale that is beyond description. I'm as happy as can be. Look, it's starting there. Just behind those little cottages. Just below the moon and above the mountains. Look at that! And all the way through it you can see stars shining through it. And this little moon is shining so brightly, and so it doesn't sort of seem to affect the moonlight. It's just... oh, it's extraordinary. It's so exciting. It's so immense. This is the most astonishing thing I've ever seen. I have a funny feeling it's sort of new. I know this sounds a bit mad. It actually does sound a bit mad. But it feels as though it knew that we wanted to see it so badly. And instead of just giving a little strip of light or a little bit of green, and I would have been so grateful for that, we've got the whole business. Terribly, terribly moving. Thank you. Thank you. I think I can die happy now, actually. I don't intend to die just yet. But when I do die, I'll die happy. I was still alive in the morning, and quite utterly, dazzlingly happy. My land journey north through Arctic Norway has ended in the best possible way. But I'm not going home. The strongest point on the compass still pulls me northwards. My final destination, far north across the Arctic Ocean, is the most northerly, permanently inhabited place on Earth. Spitsbergen is the largest island in the Svalbard archipelago, a vast wilderness of mountains, glaciers and permafrost. It's a natural habitat for the polar bear, hardly so for people.
This Captain, latest temperature in Longyearbyen is minus 16 degrees Celsius.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're also welcome to use our aft exit. Thank you.
Wow. Maybe on second thoughts it's like breathing knives, but here goes. Apart from the cold and the latitude, there seems nothing that unusual about downtown Longyearbyen.
home to 1,800 of Svalbard's 2,500 people. But I'm not convinced that the world's most northerly kebab van does a roaring trade. People have been living and working in Svalbard for more than 400 years. Whalers, hunters and trappers came first, seeking valuable oil, blubber and furs. For the last 100 years, it's mainly coal mining that has drawn people this far north. But to get the true measure of one of the world's most isolated and extreme environments, I'll need to leave town tomorrow and head north for the last time. It's not yet 5 a.m. and my journey is ending at its coldest and wildest. From October to February, there's no light here at all. But by April, the sun will shine round the clock. And even here, plants will find the energy they need to grow again. I want to catch the sunrise and steal a quiet moment.
Well, it's minus 26, and it's my last day in the Arctic. It's such a very, very extraordinary place to be. It's just completely spectacular and hostile. At least hostile to man, because it's so hard to exist here, I think. And it's so fragile. And it isn't really the place for men. I know men have lived here. But we're not built to live here.
I've reached the sea one last time. Despite being this far north, the fjord here has not frozen, still benefiting from the warmth of the Gulf Stream. Finally realizing my childhood dream in Malaysia, pulled by the strongest point on the compass, was more amazing than I could ever have imagined. But here, the north, at its very essence, is where my Arctic odyssey ends.
That's the north. That's 620 miles to the North Pole. And after this, there's nothing. There might be a few scientists and some explorers, maybe some hunters, but there are no more towns, there are no more villages. Nobody lives up there. This is as far as I can go. There's nothing between me and the North Pole. It's rather wonderful.
There's a Deadly 60 double bill here on BBC HD with Double Deadly from 6 on Monday. Don't miss it.